The question tab in Quiz Funnel is the core of this web application. This is where you can create all the questions that you want in your quiz, surveys, or feedback forms. To create a new question, simply click on the Add New Question button at the top right. A light box will pop up with two fields stating question label and actual question. Question label is simply a field for you to create a small label of sorts which helps you to sort and view your questions. My advice would be to simply label them as 1, 2, 3A, 3B, so on and so forth to classify them in the various levels of the branches of your questions. The actual question is simply the actual question that you want your user to answer. And there are two question types, regular and checkbox. Regular questions only allow one fixed choice answer, whereas checkbox questions allow users to select several answers in one question. An example of a regular question would be, what is your gender? I'm going to add this question. The page should refresh, showing your newly created question on the list. Another example of a regular question could be, what would you say is your strongest skill in business? Notice that these questions only allow for one answer. As a case in point, I'm going to add the various choices. Notice that you can only be male or female. And for the second question, since it is asking for your strongest skill in business, there can only be one strongest skill. So it could be management, marketing, product creation, maybe operations. And I'm going to add one more open text choice and just simply label it as others. I'm going to click on the save button at the top right to save my choices. If you are intending to create a quick feedback form, you should use the regular question type with one open-ended choice, such as, what do you think of our pricing? Notice that this is a very open-ended question where a user can type a lot of what they think about your pricing. So I'm going to just add one open text choice, and ask them for their opinion. Click on the Save Work button, and my choice is saved. Now I'm going to show you an example of a checkbox style question. So I'm going to add a checkbox question, and for this I'm going to label it for. And a checkbox style question could be something like, which part of internet marketing are you most interested about? Alright, instead of most, how about I just, are you interested about? Add the new question. And this time, notice that the questions allow for a variety of answers. So for this, I'm going to add 4 answers. And it's going to be SEO, product creation, product launch, article writing, and I could even add in an open text choice asking them for anything else that they are interested in. Click on the Save Work button, and my work is saved. Do note that as of today, which is about July 2011, you can only utilize one open text field choice per question, and it has to be the last choice in each question. For example, there is one open field text here, and it's the last choice, so is the one for question 4. After adding several questions, you can then proceed to link them via the Leads To tab. You can also lead them to a funnel if you intend to finish the quiz and point the user to an end funnel. That is usually reserved for the last few questions. But you have to first create a funnel first. Next, if you intend to create a trivial quiz or give the user an overall assessment of his or her answers, then you may also add a value to each choice of your questions. This is then computed in total to be used in the Total Value Evaluations tab, which we will discuss in the Evaluations tab in the next video. There are some good pointers to follow when creating questions in the Questions tab. First, hit the Save button often. Every time you finish adding choices to a question, remember to hit Save before creating the next question, as that would erase your choices. 2. It is recommended that you add all the questions first before adding the choices to each question. This is to prevent number 1 from happening, which is when you forget to hit the Save button and all your work, your choices that you have added, are erased. 3. The Question Label tab is meant to assist you in the case you have a lot of questions and branches. This can be most demonstrated in the Leads To tab, where we show you your question labels as well as your funnel names. We highly recommend that you simply label them according to the question numbers, such as 1, 2, 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B, 4C, etc. Just to complete the demonstration, I'm going to now have to add all the Lead To choices from question 3, from question 2 to question 3. I'll do this for all the questions, and then for the last question, which is the checkbox question, which only allows me to lead to one ending, I'm going to just simply lead it to the funnel. And this is usually how your quizzes and surveys will work out. Click on the Save button, and my work is saved.